In the morning of the 8th of July, Xin'an Reservoir received another schedule to open 9 sluice valves to release flood water. By 8 a.m. on the 9th of July, the total flood discharge is equivalent to 76 Westlakes. Jingzhu River embankment in Hubei province has been breached. More than 6,000 people were affected. Huanggang suffered a landslide. 7 were killed, 1 survived and 1 missing. In Panyang town, Jiangxi province, Wenguidao embankment has been burst, and more than 9,000 people were affected. An ancient bridge, which dates back over 800 years, was destroyed by the flood. At 5 p.m. on the 8th of July, a breach of over 40 meters in width appeared in Jingzhu River embankment. 4 villages in this area, over 6,000 people, and more than 6.6 million square meters of farmland were under threat. At 4 a.m. on the 8th of July, in Huanggang City, Hubei Province, Yuanshan Village suffered a sudden landslide. 5 families, which includes 9 people, were buried. At 3:34 p.m. on the 8th of July, the first person was discovered with no vital signs. By 3:30 p.m. on the 9th of July, all 9 people were found. 8 among them are dead. Those 9 people buried consist of 5 females and 4 male. There is only 1 survivor, an 81-year-old lady. She was rescued on the 8th of July. At 8:35 p.m. on the 8th of July, Wenguidao embankment has been breached with a larger width of 50 meters. Over 9,000 villages, more than 10 million square meters of farmland were affected. All the villages have been evacuated. In the evening of the 8th of July, in Shangrao City, Jiangxi Province, the famous Rainbow Bridge was destroyed by the flood. The officials from Xinhua Town said on the 9th of July, part of the bridge floor was destroyed, with most of the bridge piers still well preserved. The Rainbow Bridge was built in the Song Dynasty. Because the profile of the bridge is similar to the shape of a rainbow, it was named by poetry of the Tang Dynasty, which quotes, "The bridge mirror is nipped by the river on both sides, and the 2 bridge fall onto the rainbow. Its total length is 140 meters, and the bridge floor is over 3 meters in width. 5 holes on the side of the bridge is formed by 4 piers, and there are stone tables, stone chairs situated in 11 pavilions. This bridge is by far the best preserved ancient corridor bridge in China, and it is honored as the last corridor bridge in the Chinese history of corridor bridges, one of the most beautiful corridor bridge in China." Due to the surge of the water level, by 8 p.m. on the 9th of July, Zhoujiang City in Jiangxi Province, Yangtze River water level reached 21.52 meters, which is 1.52 meters above the warning level, and the water is still rising. Starting from 10 a.m. on the 9th of July, Zhoujiang Flood Control Headquarters has raised the flood control emergency response level to the 2nd level. At noon on the 9th of July, the head engineer Lai Jianjun from Water Resource Bureau of Jiande City in Zhejiang Province said, "From the moment Xin'an Reservoir started releasing flood on the 7th, by 8 a.m. on the 9th, the total flood discharge reached to 1.108 billion cubic meters, and among it, 9.04 million cubic meters of flood was discharged through sluice valve, which is equivalent to around 76 Westlake. The water storage volume of the Westlake is close to a shocking 14 million cubic meters. At 10 a.m. on the 7th of July, because the water level has risen above flood control level, Xin'an Reservoir opened 3 sluice valves, and on the same day, 2 more sluice valves were opened for 2 times, and the total number opened reached 7. On 9 a.m. of 8th of July, another 2 were opened, and total number reached 9. The flow rate of the discharge is 6,600 cubic meters per second, and the total flood discharge capacity is 7,800 cubic meters per second. Poyang Lake in Jiangxi province has been rising in water level. At least 4 observation stations has recorded a record high water volume since 1998. The flood is devastating. From the satellite view, the surface area of Poyang Lake is more than 4,200 kilometers squared, the largest in 10 years. According to the Chinese state media, southern China has been encountering continuous storm. The rainfall has made the flood more severe in downstream locations. There are in total 27 provinces and 37.8 million people affected. 28,000 houses collapsed, and over 33 rivers has experienced record high water level. Villagers near Jiujiang Lake stated that there's no sign of government support in this disaster. They are only told to go to relatives' home, but no arrangement in any allowance. According to Jiangsu Province internal document, all the flood control personnel are told to retreat. However, the propaganda department has ordered all officials to not talk about any information regarding the flood. The government has never been this strict on flood news since 1983. This means the upper stream of the Yangtze River might also be breached. But there has been no official announcement in regard.